Matt here again, and if you've watched some of our recent videos, you know that we recently converted our Honda inverter to work on propane. And today we're camping at Craigley Provincial Park, and the campsite that we have has no power. So it's going to be our first time officially testing this generator in real life. So check it out. We're going to do some load testing on this generator. We'll show you how it works with the air conditioning, how it works with various appliances in the RV, and yeah, hopefully answer some of your questions about how well this Honda generator works on propane. And if you're curious about how we did this conversion, I will leave a link above right here so that you can check out the video and see how we installed the conversion kit. So on our Escape, we can carry two 20-pound propane tanks. And honestly, we don't go through a lot of propane, but given that we wanted to do some load testing on our generator, we did bring both tanks this time around. And this is really convenient, right? It's so much better than having to carry gas around, especially given that we're towing with the 4Runner. We wouldn't really have a good spot to carry gas. So this regulator that we're attaching to the propane tank does come with the conversion kit, and you'll see that in the installation video. And there is our trusty Honda EU2000i. And by the way, you can also get a kit for the 2200i, and we also have a video on that because Dave's parents actually has that inverter, so we've converted his inverter as well. So you'll see as part of the conversion kit, we've installed the propane hookup up here. There's some new vents that we've installed on the side. And there's also a new vent that goes up here. Like I said, all those details are in the conversion video. So some of you might ask, well, why aren't we just using solar panels? And a lot of people are big into solar now. And you'll see behind me, we actually do have some solar panels. But we were boondocking last night as well. We used a lot of power, and we haven't gotten sun all day here. So we are not fully charged, so we figured, you know what, let's top things up. So we're going to top up the lithium batteries in our trailer. We're also going to top up our Jackery, all using this generator. Honestly, we're pretty excited about this because it's going to open up a whole new level of possibilities of campsites for us, given that we don't need power at any of our campsites anymore. Between having this Honda inverter that can run off the propane, we're carrying propane around all the time, and of course we could use our solar as well. So just like that, the propane tank is running the Honda inverter. And another bonus of this is actually it smells really good. It doesn't smell anything like the emissions that you get from fuel.
They say it smells like popcorn, but I don't know if I'd call that smelling really good.
So we are now officially connected to the RV, and you heard the frequency of the generator change a little bit there, and that's because there is now a load on it. It's not a heavy load though, so let's go and look inside and see what we have running right now, and then let's add some loads to it and see what we can do. Oh, why is this on?
Oh, there it is. We left the air conditioning on somehow. And it doesn't seem to be an issue so far.
Well, it turns out the air conditioning was on after all. So the inverter has already been running the air conditioning, so we know that that works, but let's do a little bit more of a detailed load test now. We've turned the air conditioning off. So right now the only loads that we have on are just some of the peripheral loads. You can see the microwave is on right now, but of course it's not running, so there's not much of a load there. Don't think we have much more running right now.
Let's check the Victron and see what wattage it shows. So yeah, it shows 394 watts going in, which obviously isn't from solar, because if we go check the solar, we only have 3 watts going in. So right now our propane generator is charging our batteries.
So, and actually that's a good point. So the main load right now is the charge for our lithium batteries. So our lithium batteries were down to, Hudson really wants to be on video here, or chase chippies. So as I was saying, the lithium batteries today we're down to something like 50 or 60%. So currently the main load at that 394 watts is the charger for the lithium batteries. So we're charging those up now. And next we will add an additional load to that.
You want me to stick it in there? So we just added, as you can see here, 264 watts as we charge the Jackery. I heard the generator ramp up a bit, and it's holding it no problem.
Okay, so pretty cool so far. So we are up to something like what, 700 watts?
Yeah, I would say so.
All right, so far we are charging our Jackery battery bank, we are charging our lithium batteries. Let's start adding a few more loads as well.
Want the fridge in?
So let's start by moving the fridge over to AC.
Right now it's on AC. Oh, you heard it ramp up a bit. That's at least 203 watts, usually 203 to 208 watts.
So another change in frequency there again.
You can throw some lights on.
So let's turn some light loads on. This is pretty much kind of all of our lights. We're running LED lights, so not much of a load there. We've also turned on our vent fan. That is something that we do frequently use when we're off grid, so it's nice to see that we can be running that as well. You'll notice we also have a television in our trailer, so why don't we fire that up as well so you can see that working at the same time. Hudson, you ready for some TV? Hey, I'm gonna test that out. All right, so there we go. We can also be watching TV. Our fridge is on AC, we're charging our Jackery, we've got our lights on, we've got our vent air fan on, we're charging our lithium batteries, and still no problem. This is pretty awesome. Now, of course, we probably wouldn't add the air conditioning load at the same time, but once we're done charging the Jackery and we're done charging our lithium batteries, we could definitely turn on the air conditioning. And you might be asking, like, can you really run an air conditioner on this 15 amp circuit? Well, we've actually installed a soft start, and we also have a separate video on that. I'll leave a link up here. And with that soft start, the initial startup current for our air conditioner is quite low, so we are actually able to run it off the inverter as well. So I'm going to show you a little chart with some of the load ratings for different appliances in your RV, so you have a feeling for how much you could actually run at the same time on one of these Honda inverters. And of course, these loads are just approximate. You can get the exact load rating from each of the appliances, usually on the nameplate, but this is a fairly good estimation of what you should expect the draw to be on some of these various RV appliances. All right, so our lithium batteries are fully charged, the Jackery is fully charged, so now we're gonna try firing up the air conditioning and see how that works. All right, so the fan is going, and now we just need to wait for the compressor to fire up. And there we go, just like that. We are running our air conditioning, we've still got lights going on. There is definitely a lot that you can power with this Honda generator. Would definitely recommend this conversion kit. One more bonus of using this Honda inverter with the propane conversion kit, or really using it at all, is that this is actually super quiet compared to a regular generator. Now, there's a bit of noise here from the waves that you can probably hear in the background. I'm not complaining about that. I love hearing the sound of those waves. You've probably heard Hudson crying in the background a little bit too. That's because he wants to go and chase chipmunks today. But otherwise, it's pretty quiet here considering the inverter is still running in the background. And to show that, I'm actually going to show you on a decibel meter that we've downloaded onto our phone. It's a little app that you can download just to show you the noise levels. And I'm going to show you what the noise level is outside of the RV, inside the RV, and then back closer to the Honda inverter, so you can see just how quiet this is.
So this is inside the RV. It was 54. You can see as I talk it's going up.
And by the way, this is with our windows open right now, so we haven't even had to close them, and the inverter is actually sitting right outside of the escape. So let's try closing the windows and see how that changes the noise level inside the escape.
So with the windows closed, this is what it will be.
So you can now see it was down to 44 decibels. Dave thinks I'm crazy.
And we should mention that when we were outside, the sound of the waves are probably even louder than the generators, so that would have increased the number of decibels as well.
Let's go have a look at what the decibels are right next to the Honda inverter. So hopefully that gave you a good idea of how these Honda inverters work with the propane conversion kit. Pretty good in my opinion. I'm pretty impressed, and it's definitely something we're going to be using a lot of on the road. If there's any questions that I wasn't able to answer in these video or one of the other videos I left in the links, don't hesitate to leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Would you get one of these conversion kits? What do you think about it? Would you use it? Let me know, and stay tuned for our next video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe to our channel. It really does help us out. And don't forget to come back tomorrow to see where we go next.